Good YouTube, Stormybman, and I'm back with another video editorial. Before we get started, I'd like to say shout out to the LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community, new media, and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. The title of this editorial is The School of Hard Knocks, Boxing, Class in Session. In this season of 2019, the sport of boxing has seen many of the young fighters of today taken to school in the aspects of learning the sweet science through trial and error, through hardship, victory, and defeat. Pictured here are an assortment of personalities from the sport who have lived through these experiences, and we have witnessed the bouts and circumstances that have found them gaining education on the job. For people like Jared Hurd, former unified 154-pound junior middleweight champion, Hurd was seeking to go for undisputed, but on his own terms, and looking to have a showdown down the line with Jermell Charlo. It was not to be, as he decided to take on Julian J. Rock Williams. He found that class was in session for him. In a brilliant boxing match, J. Rock was able to lift the titles away from Hurd, who not only is running away from a rematch, but is seeking to go in another division. This is an excellent example of class in session. Or how about the heavyweight match between Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder and Dominique Trouble Brazil? Brazil, the former #1 contender for the WBC title, had some outside the ring experiences where he jawed it up with Deontay through the public press and also behind the scenes. Brazil spoke dastardly and even insultingly about Deontay Wilder's boxing ability, the credibility of his opponents, and the fact that he feels that he was superior. How wrong he was. In an exam where he was totally flunked out, Brazil suffered a first-round KO to Deontay Wilder, forever etching himself in the annals of heavyweight history as a highlight reel knockout victim. F+ for Dominique Brazil. Or even a few weeks later, Anthony Joshua, former unified heavyweight champion, the man who turned down $50 million guaranteed dollars to unify against Deontay Wilder. In an assortment of travails and avoidances, AJ decided to take what he thought would be an easier route. He sought to have his first fight in America against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who, as another flunked out student in the School of Hard Knocks, was expelled from the sport for PED usage. In steps Andy Ruiz Jr., a last-minute substitute who goes on to knock out Anthony Joshua in thrilling fashion, flooring the champion 4 times and snatching his unified titles. Joshua, with his F plus is going to finish his final exam later when he faces Ruiz in a rematch. This is truly the school of hard knocks, people. Then you have the runner-up to the co-class valedictorians, Tyson Fury, who saw himself as the Gypsy King, but he turned out to be no more than the Dope Fiend. And as he ran away from a possible rematch with Deontay Wilder, he sought out the lower quality level fighters Tom Schwartz and Otto Wallen. The latter, who opened up a cut on Tyson Fury's face that was about as wide as the Boulder Dam, proved that cherry picking often goes wrong, especially when the cherries have thorns. Tyson Fury, D+ in this class. Then we move on to Marcus Brown, the woman beater. Okay? Marcus Brown, who decided to allow John Pascal to prove that he still has enough left in the tank as a veteran fighter and multiple-time world champion, put Brown down consecutive times and opened up a cut over his eye, showing him the red that marks the D+ on his report card. Leave it also to Anthony Yarde, the lion in the camp from the UK, who decided to challenge Sergey the Crusher Kovalev, WBO world champion at light heavyweight. Yarde had a great round in the 8th before he gassed out and was later knocked out by the veteran Kovalev, who was trained by James Buddy McGirt. Class was truly incessant for Yarde, who didn't feel going into the fight that sparring was necessary, and also that maybe jabs to set up other punches were not necessary. F+ for Yarde. And we'll save the best for last, but in the meantime, Regis Prograis, newly former world champion in the junior welterweight division, who had boasted of having power and a presence in the ring, found himself over in the UK in the backyard of Josh Taylor, another titleist, in a unification match this past weekend that saw Prograis' mouth completely shut, his face battered, and his boxing image taking a severe punishment along with his face and body in the ring. Prograis, in a lackluster performance, lost a unanimous decision to Josh Taylor. And Taylor will go on and seek out greener pastures while Prograis has to repair his image and his broken heart. A true D in the class of the School of Hard Knocks. Lastly, Keith Thurman, who decided to come back to boxing and take on a legend from the past and secure a mighty payday for himself in Manny Pacquiao. Where Thurman ridiculed Pacquiao, said he was older, and Thurman was younger, stronger, more powerful, faster, all of which Pacquiao proved in the ring to be his physical attributes, as Thurman found himself on the canvas as early as round 1, and later in the fight running away from Pac-Man, as he suffered some debilitating body shots and was gasping and looking and searching for real estate to move as far away from the Pac-Man as he could. Pac-Man gobbled up Thurman in 12 rounds and took his title away from him. This is the story of the School of Hard Knocks. When young fighters who haven't put the work in the gym, who haven't shored their careers up as far as their opponents that they've chosen, to sharpen their tools and their skill set, to increase their boxing IQ, to ensure that they have the best of cornermen to guide them. No, these men are all searching for the same thing, a nice snatch and grab of a payday. And you see where that brings them, in the head of failing classes. This is all I have to say at this time. This is Stormybman, and you have been listening to me give you a rundown for this year's School of Hard Knocks. And just remember, class is always in session. Until the next time we speak, peace.